to build one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I already. I've not been.
First,
You haven't built it.
Maybe after I finish.
First to buy the
first
kit.
with the kit.
First with the kit.
Wow,
Well, the kit is
Diego,
not
you're
really
part of the
good.
history now.
So yeah, I don't know. There's 3 batteries, and it makes funny sounds. So basically, there is 3 different sound modes, and each sound mode has like 3 parameters. So it's like a complex oscillator. It has pitch, timbre, and wave shape. Sound modes. Then there is this patch point called mode, and this is how you change the mode. So there is 3 different modes. One when it's not connected, and then there is this patch point which just has ground and positive. So if you connect it to either ground or positive, it changes the mode to another 2 modes. So this is like a phase modulation sort of algorithm. If I go to minus, it does like phase distortion, and it has kind of this vocally character. But it also makes like this, yeah. And the last mode, if you connect to plus, it's like a track and hold modulation. It's like one oscillator is downsampling the other, and the wave shape knob is saying like what's the pulse width of this downsampling. So, and so we have these 2 oscillators, and this is the amount of the modulation. And we can make these kind of nice interference patterns. You can either set it like statically to one of these 3 modes, or you can use voltage to change the mode.
Modes? Oh, this is cool.
Yeah. So this is like the sort of beginning, and then there is so this is like the sound section. In the sound section there is one more thing, that the oscillator that we hear now, it also has a square wave output, and it's in this patch point, and you can either use it to modulate one of the sound parameters, or just if you connect it to the output, they kind of mix together. So they just mix.
Okay.
So, but you can plug it like anywhere else to see what happens.
Yeah,
So,
like
but you can also like use this jack. So this is like a I/O jack in out. So this is like a stereo jack, and it's just protected with a Zener diode and a resistor and connected here. So it's stereo jack. So you have the left and right patch point. So you can just take the oscillator square wave directly, and it's connected to the right channel now in the. And this is kind of like a blues width. So yeah. So this is the oscillator square wave, and then there is the modulation section. So each of these 3 parameters, including the mode, can be controlled with voltage. So the pitch, it has like the pitch modulation amount, like how much the pitch will be affected, and it's dispatch point. So you can take the triangle from the LFO and then just modulate it or modulate it more, or almost, or no modulation. Okay, so the temper, say how much you modulate, and also the wave shape. The wave shape doesn't have the modulation amount, it just modulates. So this is the triangle wave output. There is also square wave from the LFO, so you can just do. But what I think is interesting that
to modulate the modes with it.
so you can take, for example, the square wave. Yeah, you can modulate the modes.
Okay, was one above.
I will go to this. That sounds nicer. The triangle nicely, but you can take the square wave of the LFO, and if you hit the LFO reset, it will start to make like sawtooth, but twice the frequency, because yeah, it just makes sense. But you can also modulate the speed of the LFO, and if you modulate it with the square wave, it makes rising ramp, and you can change the proportion of the modulation amount to make like different speeds of the slopes, basically. So yeah, so this is these two, and then like the I think maybe most interesting part is the stepped voltage generator. So that's like a sequencer. So it now makes like a 16-step sequence, and there is this bit-in pin which basically controls it, and there is again like 3 different modes. When it's not connected, it's doing 16-step sequence, but if you go and connect it to the minus, it starts to make 8-step sequence. But if you connect it to plus, it just goes random.
So the step mode is change his mode while patching it into mode
by the bit in, exactly. So and when it's running on random and you disconnect it, the generated sequence kind of keeps looping.
So with the last information it had.
So you can like also connect it, I don't know. I usually take the oscillator square wave, leave it there for a while, and generate a different pattern.
Yeah, for sure, but so right now there's no filter, of course, because you have to do it like with the pitch or the...
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, I mean...
You use these to shape the sound, basically. But I think it's fun to take the stepped voltage and modulate the speed of the LFO.
So it modulates his own sequence. Yeah, and the I/O is also for the sync, and it's like the same sync stuff with the, like with the teenage engineering, where there's
exactly.
Is it just for one sound information, or is it just sync in?
This I/O, it can be either input or output. It just appears on this patch point. the left and right channel, so you can use both.
Yeah.
So if you have a pocket operator, what you can do is you take the sound output and whatever mode you have on the teenage engineering, you route it to the, let's say, right channel.
Yeah.
And then you can take the LFO square wave and route it to the left channel, and then just set the right mode on the pocket operator, and it would transmit the sound and the clock. So now it's taking the clock from the LFO, but also mixing in the sound. So then you can just also turn it up here.
Sending the information.
Yeah. So the clock goes to the left channel and the sound goes to the right channel.
How it's recorded also. Can you make breaks with it? Right.
Yeah, and then you can just fuck up the clock for the teenage for the operator, you know.
Sounds like with LFO reset. Yes, you get this wonky shit.